welcome to lesson 2 of How to Crochet. Today we're going to be going through the half double crochet, the double crochet and the slip stitch. So to start with, I've done a chain of 10 and I've done 1 row of single crochet. This is just to give us a nice stable base for me to show you the example. If you need to know how to do this, this is all covered in lesson 1. So we're going to start with our double crochet and our half double crochet when it needs to do a turning chain of 2 chains. So we finished our last single crochet there. We do chain 1, chain 2. Turn your work over. Right. Before you start your stitch, you need to go yarn over, which basically means you take your hook, you grab your yarn from underneath like that, so it's yarn over. Then you're going to put your hook into the 3rd chain from your hook to the 3rd stitch there, the 1st stitch of the row. So under both loops of the stitch, grab your yarn again and you pull it through. You'll now have 3 loops of yarn on your hook like that. Grab the yarn again and pull it through. So that's your stitch completed. That's a half double crochet. So again, we grab our yarn, push it under the stitch, grab again, pull it through, 3 loops, grab and pull it through all 3 at the same time. So that's our half double crochet. Okay, you go to the end of your row, again you chain 2, turn your work over, and then you start your next row of stitches. So remember, you're going into this hole over here, not through there, through that gap there, underneath those 2 stitches each time. Okay, and that's your half double crochet. So for double crochet, I've started the same. I did 1 row chain of 8, then I've done 1 row of single crochet just for a nice stable base to start with. So very much like the half double crochet, the double crochet also starts with a turning chain of 2 between every row. Okay. So yarn over, i.e. hook your yarn with your hook. 3rd chain from the hook, the 1st stitch of your row, you go under. You grab your yarn, you pull it through, 3 loops. Now you're going to grab your yarn and you're going to pull it through just 2 of the loops. That. Now you've still got 2 loops left on your hook. You grab your yarn again and you pull it through both of those loops. And that is a double crochet stitch completed. So let's go again. Yarn over into your stitch. Grab your yarn, pull it through, 3 loops. Yarn over, pull it through 2 of the loops, so you've got 2 loops left. Yarn over, pull it through all of those. Okay. Okay, end of the row, we do our turning chain of 2, and then we go back down our row. Okay, now we can compare the 2 stitches. So this is your half double crochet, and I've done, that's our single crochet row. I've done 4 rows of half double crochet. So you can see that the stitches are slightly more compact, they're slightly more together, and they're slightly more sturdy. Whereas this is only 3 rows of double crochet, so it comes to the same height, but there's a lot more gaps, and it's not quite as sturdy of a stitch. It's not quite as, it doesn't hold quite as well as your half double crochet. So it all depends on what you're making as to which stitch you're going to be using. Right, on to slip stitch. So slip stitch is most commonly used as one of the last stitches that you do in a row. It just helps to ease your one line of stitching into another. It doesn't have very much stretch, so you don't want to do too many slip stitches if it's an item that needs to be stretched. For example, a beanie or something, you'd only want to do maybe about 2 slip stitches just to ease your lines together. So by that, let me just show you. So if we were to finish our row of stitches with a single crochet, like normal, pull through your last stitch, you're going to end up with a big step that you've now got to try and ease into your row below. So when you try and tuck your ends in, you're always going to have a big bulk like that. So to show you with a slip stitch, with slip stitch, put your point in. It's almost like a half a single crochet. You grab your thread, your yarn, you pull it through, and then you just continue going through the loop that's already on your hook. So we do 2 like that, hook, and then you finish your stitches, pull them through like that, and you can see it's eased those 2 rows together nice and smoothly. Just tuck that away. So you can see it's a nice smooth ending as opposed to having the big step that we would if we just finished with a single crochet in the last stitch. And that's your slip stitch.